Welcome to Join the Raid podcast, where we sneak past the velvet ropes of life, culture, and society to rummage through the weird, unfiltered underbellies. I'm Terry, your co-host, who's convinced small talk was invented by aliens to torture us. Alongside me is Mr. Savage, the sharp-tongued sage who thinks optimism is just pessimism with bad Wi-Fi. Today we're serving up a spicy list of questions packed with dark humor, brain-bending perspectives, and truths that common knowledge fumbles like a drunk uncle at a wedding. All right, cool. We're done. We're done with that one. Cool, fantastic. You not small talk? I know, right? It's fucking weird. It's just weird like that. All right, Savage. It's Tuesday.
It is.
I ain't talked to you in like a day and a half.
Yep.
How you been doing?
Good, man. Just doing that job search, getting that job at the postal office, and moving soon, making progress in life.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah. How was your last day and a half?
Last day and a half has been a fumble of fuck ups across the board.
Fuckery.
Just a whole lot of fucking fuckery, man. And it's just one of those things. I started crashing out. And, if people see me crash out on stream and things like that, I think that's bad crash outs. That's not really bad at all. Like, I blow the fuck up. And, so I've been crashing out like crazy, and I don't know if it's going to stop. It just matters if the stupidity stops. But, I'm a reactive person. You know what I'm saying?
Just start playing Linkin Park. I'm about to break in the background.
Yeah. Should. I think a better one for me would be Slipknot Spit It Out. Probably better for me.
Good option.
I like it a lot. But I don't tell people what to do. I will never tell people what to do or how to live their lives. But it's one of those things of, don't come to me for my perspective and just literally throw that shit out the fucking window. Literally say, tell me, it's like, thanks for your words, but get the fuck. I'm not going to do what you say. Cool. You don't want to do what I say? That's fantastic. I don't want you to do what I say. I want you to take it and do it your own way. But, just seeing the repeated stupidity constantly makes me want to crash the fuck out. But yeah,
I get that.
It's one of those things. But luckily, I had editing to do, and luckily, I had other stuff to do, and I had COD ranked, things like that, to play in the beta. So I had things to keep me preoccupied. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a good day. You can't fix stupid is correct, Toast. You cannot fix stupid. From what I've seen of people, I'm sorry to say, the limit does not exist when it comes to stupidity. It's fucking correct across the board. Yeah, I get that a lot. People, I made a clip of my my intro last week, and it was talking about the assassination of Charlie Kirk and me stating out that I don't give a fuck about, X, Y, and Z across the board of like, I don't care what you say you are, what you say you proclaim, you don't care about your religion, your sex, your gender, anything like that. Mm-hmm. And that thing got like 500 fucking views instantly. I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's just me saying, I don't give a fuck. This isn't what it's about. We're going to talk about this fucking thing like this.
It's a hot topic. So even if it was not what your personal belief on it was, it's still going to be popular. Someone's going to see the name, they're instantly going to click on it. I mean, heck, there was a recent, a demented kid killed teenage girls. And the original backstory was that they thought, they said the two girls said something about Charlie Kirk, and he went apeshit and killed him. And if you actually look into the further detail, it was not that. So it was interesting. So you see the name, it's just going to be popping up like wildfire. It's going to bring in a lot of attraction.
Yeah, I get that. You can't fix stupid. It's true. I know I missed something. When in doubt, bonk. Yeah. Bonk is a great one. Doing well. What's a game on tonight? Too many options. Pick from. Oh, yeah, I get that, man. Gaming is one of those things when you have too many options, That's why I don't have a lot of games. I refuse to have too many games to juggle. I feel like having more than 4 games at once is fucking juggling. But that's just me. But yeah, the internet's a interesting place. 100%. But to begin, I put together some questions, some weird things, some, let's get your perspective things. Yeah, please contribute in any way, shape, or form. If they, work out right and they keep up with what we're talking about, we'll put them in. We'll say it. We'll put it on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
If reincarnation is real, but you only remember your past lives and nightmares, would you rather wake up as a billionaire tyrant or a forgotten artist who starred beautifully?
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
I'd probably go the artist route. Think it'd be a more interesting life. We all know the typical ending of a billionaire tyrant, but an artist, you never know how exactly the outcome could be.
Toast says billionaire. I agree with Toast on this one. When you didn't live in the suck and struggling across the fucking board, maybe having the fucking power be nice change for fucking once in your goddamn life. You know?
And
Because
you are being a tyrant, like you said, so okay.
yeah, at that point in time, if you have that much money, you already are a tyrant, anyways. Unless you're fucking the most charitable person in the fucking world. The
Yeah.
top 1% of the world of the U.S., just the U.S., could donate $9,000 to everyone in the whole fucking world
Mm.
and still not have to worry.
Mm.
The whole world, not just the United States, the whole fucking world.
Yeah.
So honestly, if these people really are, tyrants, just saying, it might not be a bad change every once in a while, just to see how it looks on the other side of the fence. Oh my god! They say maybe we're gonna put this on screen. They say money can't buy happiness, but it can buy a 4-wheeler, and I haven't. I haven't ever seen an unhappy person on a 4-wheeler. I have seen an unhappy person on a 4-wheeler. Usually, smack the fuck out of a branch on the way through and not wearing a helmet. But that's the reason why. You know what, Crow? I'm gonna put this in there. It would all go to Israel.
That's made me giggle.
Jesus fucking
Because
Christ!
it's true.
You got a point, man. You got a point on that one. That's something else that nobody fucking wants to talk about anymore because they get silenced or bought off or magically disappear. You know, it's Israel. Let's see here. They say money can't. Who did that one? I say artists would be something interesting to explore. Yeah, but majority of people don't grow up with like a well foundation of money and things like that. Most of them don't. So you kind of are living that dream right now, just without the creativity aspect of it.
Yeah, and I
And I
get why.
do. Go ahead.
I get why people are choosing the billionaire route, but I like to typically go the route that people don't go. I do this a lot in different things. Watching TV shows. I try to avoid like the most popular shows in the world, or even video games. You have like a selection of characters, and everyone goes the same typical character, and I go for like the one other character that no one really chooses. I like to go the opposite route people take.
I get that. You go your own beat a little bit there, but you need to understand that it's nice to fucking be on top. It's
Oh
nice
yeah.
to fucking feel like you are that fucking guy. Or I could tell like most of my female friends, be that bitch. Be
Mm-hmm.
the bitch. Don't be a bitch. Be the bitch across the board. You know what I'm saying? And like take control of the situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanna let me see here. Fluffy. Yeah, I want to experience the creativity part of it since I never really experienced that creativity part. I mean, it's one of those things, man. What the fuck are you counting down to? That's weird.
Well, counting up, I
One?
guess.
Yeah, counting up. That's weird. Is there going to be a bomb? That you matter? That you matter and something you truly do can affect anything that you want. Sounds pretty dope. It really would be pretty fucking dope. It would be fucking dope, man, to fucking be able to just everything that you actually want to come into fruition to just be at your fingertips to say, oh, I want to do that then. Oh, I want to change that now. You know what? I want to buy a small country and maybe militarize it one day. Yeah, who knows?
You are a
Just one of those
tyrant,
things.
so
Yeah. Have a good stream. Oh, thank you so much, Bubba. The cutout, the cutout of the grind sounds pretty cool. Cutout out of the grind sounds fucking fantastic to me. But some people are built for that, just to be in the grind, and they wouldn't know what to do if they had that comfortable life. And I don't think people grasp that standpoint either. You know, I say I want like the nicest things and the best things in the world, but I know myself. I don't buy myself shit besides food, and then I spoil my fucking dog
mm.
and help people with other shit. So what would I do with that money? I'd be like, oh yeah, I could do this, and then I'm thinking in my head like, you know what? I want to build a multi-structural facility across the board and make it where each person has their own living spaces and have it distance enough but close enough at the same time. So if we ever needed something, that we could always rely on each other and have that built up community. I know Fluffy's gonna come in like, this is what I've been trying to fucking tell you for years, but you know, it's one of those things of how do we fucking finance it?
Mm.
You know, it's hard. And
It
yes,
is.
I'm aware I'm a bully.
It is
I'm aware I'm a
interesting
bully.
how people do weird things with money, and I see it time and time again, where it'd be like a caption of like someone that has passed away from being like they have money, so they go do this crazy thing, and they end up dying on it, and then someone's like, well, being poor saved my life yet again, because it's like they'll die on the stupidest things. Like, you get like a CEO that went in the submarine to go look at the Titanic and exploded. There was something stupid like that. It's like you spend like $250,000 or whatever it was to just get on the submersible just to die. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
people
get
do weird things with money.
the inquisitive side of me would be like, yo, I want to do that. But at the same time, I'm a I'm a servant to my means. I don't have like $13 million to fucking do that if I want
Yeah.
to. And yeah. Wait, who's the fuck said that? Looks like a bully and sounds like a bully. Look, man, I know I come off as a fucking dick, but Jesus fucking Christ, I'm not that much of a bully. And I said that much of a bully because I know for a fact that there's clips of me bullying somebody and they have it downloaded so I can't get rid of it. So yeah. Yeah, you do. What the fuck, Cotton? You're supposed to be on my side.
Back to you, Cotton.
I can't tell if that was racist or not. I don't think it is racist in this one. I mean, that's the first thing I thought when I saw her name ever was I went to like dark humor racism and I'm just like, that's fucking funny. And then I come to find out and she's like, she's this white lady. I was like, the fuck? A missed opportunity. That's all I'm saying. A really good missed opportunity. Hey, Hack, how you doing, dude? Yeah, Fluffy, laugh it up, man. Laugh it the fuck up. Here, we're gonna put that on the screen just so everybody can fucking see it across the fucking board. Fluffy laughing at me. Wow, you can't believe it. I know, can't believe it. Can't believe it at all. Oh, it didn't show up on the screen right. That sucks. Whatever. We'll fucking fiddle with this fucking shit later on. Well, I will, like always. But yeah. So, on to the next one. Why do we glorify? And I mean glorify, because I do it myself, and I know I do it myself. Why do we glorify hustle culture when that is the grinding, the work hard all the fucking time and you'll get something? Why do we glorify that when history shows real innovators were often the depressed insomniacs chasing oblivion? And from your perspective, is burnout a price of genius or just society's way of weeding out the sane people? It's a two-part question, but
All right, so let's go with the first part. The first part, really, to me, a lot of the times, people need some kind of like goal, some kind of thing to do in life. Some like an example. My dad's been out of work for quite some time, right? He's had some shoulder issues, so he hasn't been able to do his job, and he hates it. He loves working. He loves the grind. He makes that money. He pays the bills, but he's used to that routine, that grind. So I guess it's more of a mix of having a routine set in place and having like something to strive for, a goal in the end game. So I think that's why people like that hustle, that grind kind of thing. And like, yeah, it's nice to get to that goal, but you kind of want to be like, all right, I got to this goal, now set another goal for the future, because otherwise you're gonna get bored. A lot of people, when they reach that big goal, that big step, they kind of get lost. They're kind of like, huh, what do I do now? They kind of get lost and bored in their own little world. As far as the second part goes, say the question again, just so I can.
the second part of it, cool. I
Yeah.
got you. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, I'm an idiot. All right, there it is. From your perspective, is burnout the price of genius or just society's way of weeding out the sane?
Okay. Yeah, I think it's interesting because each person has a different burnout threshold. we'll call it that. I can tolerate a lot of damage before, I get to that burnout, essentially the exhaustion. I can go on for hours, and I guess it's just, it's your mental fortitude, and your physical body is part of that too, but I think it's a lot to do with your mental fortitude. If you have a more positive mindset, then you can go way farther than you would realize. So I would go with that.
Okay. So I gotta say, I do it myself. I glorify hustle culture because I need a path. Because if I'm left to my own, you know, ideas and things like that for that flow freely, then I'm going to fucking jail. That's just who I am. Because I think of things like, uh, but that'll make a big boom, or explosives are nice, or armaments are nice to have and collect, and why don't we use them? So those are the inside thoughts that kind of need to stay inside. But I do think that sometimes glorifying hustle culture does get you in a fucking bind, because you work so hard for something and you get to that standpoint and you get to that goal. What's fucking next? You get trapped in a cycle. And everybody bitches at me all the time about it. And I'll say this all constantly. They bitch at me all the time for it. It's like, you need to fucking stop for a second. You need to fucking relax. You need to fucking take a break. And I usually tell them go fuck themselves. But, I know they're meaning it in the good way, in the good place and things like that. But for me, it's like, nah, I don't want to. I got too much stuff to do. I got too much stuff to think about. I got too much stuff to work it out and figure out what I need to do next. But, I get why you do it. And then Fluffy said it best. Where the fuck is it? Because through the generations, we've been engraved. Well, I'm pretty sure he meant we've been ingrained with a slave mentality that hard work equals better results. That's 100% true. Because like you have grandparents or everything like that grinded for so long, and they got that house, the land. They set it up, they passed it down, everything like that. Some of us didn't get that. Some of us didn't get it passed down to us and throughout that generational track, and the families didn't have that opportunity to have themselves set up in that light. But you got to look at it from that standpoint, because like I was talking to some of them earlier, like it's they don't understand why it's so hard to make a living now, because honestly, job market fucking shit here across the board in most places. Some places is better than others, but the job market sucks, and you try to make a good living, not just sustain what you're doing, but have a good living where you're thriving. It's fucking difficult at times.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just one of those things that you just don't know what to do. And Hag said this, it didn't pop up on our prompter, but great innovations come at great cost. They do. They always do. Because the price of being a genius is usually seeing that you're a fucking psychopath, you're insane, something's fucking wrong with you across the board.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how it is. But Ninja, I didn't come on the prompter either. Man, I fucking hate this fucking thing. You're going to be great at something. You have to be fucking insane, but you also have to have an iron will. Yeah, willpower is a big key across the board. Oh my god,
100%. Yeah.
Blue, I swear to God, if you go to JR and say if I've been nice to him, the answer is probably fucking no. Probably no at all. Because I snapped off on him earlier, and I wasn't even thinking. It just came out just like breathing. And I thought about it, I was like, oh, my bad. I did the same thing to Davey too, and I was working on something, just instant just reaction to what they're saying.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Trace. Oh my God, you gotta make me read this to make sure I can say it out loud. Wow. Okay, cool. I'll read that. Crow said, "Chase the dragon." As an ex-heroin addict, there's nothing different. The struggle of a job What the? Did you fucking use any goddamn grammar on this shit, motherfucker?
The struggle of a job coming up too.
Struggle of the job coming up to the commitment and the need to do better. But you're not insane. You just don't get handouts and have to dig yourself out of each grave you make for yourself every time. Okay, cool. The ending came into there. Thank you so much. I never do. Okay, I can see you never fucking do. Thank you very much for that one. Made my brain go fucking burr and fucking makes me feel like a fucking idiot. No, I never do. Stab. Oh yeah, I instantly I thought about crashing out there for a second for real. Because reading that. Oh my god. Next one.
That. Yeah.
All right, little twist for you. Imagine Van Gogh high-fiving Hemingway in the afterlife, toasting to their productive unaliving. I can't say the word I want to say, and it pisses me off. The TOS is the way it is. Actually, fuck, I'm gonna say it. They're productive suicides.
Mm.
Yeah, because there's no way to fucking put the emphasis on it. Because let's be honest, at the time they weren't big, and then they off themselves, and then all of a sudden, word spread. They became more famous in death than they were in life, and that makes you fucking think a little bit of like, what is my worth here as being alive? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is it that I'm doing here? Like, does anybody give a fuck sometimes? Does anybody care what I fucking say? Am I wasting my fucking words? And everything I do for people, is it wasted? And while I'm still alive, and then when I'm gone, people do this thing of reminiscing and saying, "I remember he said this," and it sticks out now. People don't fucking realize. I'd rather listen to somebody that's alive and take their words into consideration more than when they're past and they're gone and dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jr. Like Juice WRLD, who knew about him before he passed. I knew about him before he passed, but he wasn't as big. And that's one thing that, like I said, it's bothersome that you have to be dead most of the time to make an impact across the board. He had decent music, It's not the best music, I'd say, but he had good music.
What was that song? Godzilla? Yeah,
I
with
think
Eminem.
So.
That's when I first heard of him.
Yeah. Yeah. In a world where algorithms, okay, before I'm gonna say this right now, okay, don't anybody bring up the fucking kink episode right now. I'm saying that right now. Don't bring it up. Don't bring up what I said at all. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna attack the fuck out of me on social media with it later. Because my mother, actually, we're gonna finish this question, then I'll say what my mom talked to me about. In a world where algorithms know your kinks better than your spouse, is privacy an outdated myth or a last bastion of human rebellion?
Well, it all depends on the person and how much you put out there. Some people can be very private and you won't know a thing unless it is your spouse. It depends on how open you are as a person, how much you want to give out into the world. Where it's like me, I don't give a crap. If you know what I like, you know what I like. But I'm not going to be, how to put it. Either way, it's just, it all depends on the person individually. So
I think privacy is outdated nowadays because so much of your information is everywhere anyways, and people know everything about everybody else if they know where to fucking look. I told my friend this. I was like, they said, "Oh yeah, I sent this picture of this guy, blah blah." I was like, "How'd you send that picture to him?" They're like, "Oh, Snapchat." And I looked at her. I was like, "Was it a nude?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "That's on Google now, right?" And she looked at me. She's like, "No, it's not." It's like, look up where Snapchat servers go to. They go to Google, so it's on the internet somewhere. So that's why I tell people, like, don't do it through fucking Snapchat if you're gonna do shit like that. Like, everything you type, put in there, say, everything, it's all on Google. Like I said, I think privacy is outdated right now because if you have something to hide, what the fuck are you doing? Honestly, because in this day and age, there's no fucking surprises anymore. Especially when you open up Twitter or Facebook or TikTok or YouTube or fucking even goddamn Twitch and fucking Kick and everything else. You never know what the fuck you're gonna get because it's fucking puts everything out there now. So honestly, nobody's gonna kink shame you unless you're my mother, and she'll kink shame the fuck out of me because we did an episode a while back about kinks and things like that, just because people didn't know where some of them were. And she called me because I forgot that clip was even out there. I forgot I put it out there. I was just going, and then she called me, and she looked at me, and I could tell she just like with conviction in her voice of saying, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And then we're going to fucking church.
because that's gonna fix everything.
Yeah, well, some things that I like are considered taboo across the board, so it's one of those things. But yeah, what did JR say?
You need Jesus.
Yeah, that's basically it. Probably shouldn't say bring up the kink episode and then go with my mother. I know. I shouldn't have said it like that, but guess what? It pops in my head. I'm a random individual when my brain starts firing off on all cylinders, and you fucking know that, JR. As this one for one can, I have small learned team well with firearms. Motherfucker, I swear to God, if you don't use If you don't start using spell check and Grammarly or something, they make it for free now. Use it. God damn. Use your phone to type. It'll fucking autocorrect everything for you. It might be fucked up, but it will be less fucked up than that. If you want to think of your mom like that, to each their own. No, that's not what I'm fucking saying, JR. You know that. That's how me and my buddies found a good amount of dumb. I'm not even reading that anymore. I'm not gonna read your shit until it's full sentence anymore. You need Jesus. I need Jesus. Probably I do, but I go by Jesus. Oh, no, not the mom seeing it. Yeah, my mom saw it, and it was, I'll fucking say it. So I have a blood kink. So it's one of those things. No, not period blood before anybody fucking goes that weird ass fucking route. Not period blood, but yeah, I have blood kink. Cool. I like knife play. Things like that. It is what it is. But yeah, she saw that clip and I forgot about it. I completely forgot about it. I just, whatever. I saw the analytics and that's all I looked. Didn't look at the episode. Saw analytics. Then I got the fucking phone call.
I forgot about that, to be honest.
You said what?
I forgot about that, to be honest. We both shared that, but mine's through like vampire kind of thing, not knives.
Yeah, I like blade play. It's one of those things, Yeah, Cotton, just judge me. It's okay. Stare in his eyes every night when I'm bored. It's fucking crazy. Oh. No, I'm just putting random words. Okay, good. Thank you, Crow. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do end up reading everything. Yeah, Ninja, I went there and there's more to go because something happened in the episode and it pissed me the fuck off and I couldn't crash out because it's our first big episode. So I kept myself composed and then I ended it and then I went to my little lockdown area and I crashed the fuck out fully. Oh Lord, I'm not reading that. Sometimes I'm glad my parents don't watch my content. They probably put me in a hospital. But I am surprised nobody has literally Baker acted my ass. Like, not even gonna lie about it. I'm surprised nobody's Baker acted me because I say some fucking shit. And it's recorded. Like, it's out there. And somehow I'm not in a padded room with grippy socks.
It's a good thing I'm good at deciphering sentences that don't make sense.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Put in little nuggets to make it harder than what it's. That's why it's fun.
Yeah, you're a dick, Crow. That's all I'm saying. Okay, cool. Next question. My state don't have that law, so there's no health and well-being law in every state. So it has it, but it's just probably calls something different. If you could erase one societal norm that everyone accepts but secretly resents, like mandatory politeness or eternal youth chasing that, what would it be? And how hilariously chaotic would life get without it? Yes, you could be talking vacation.
A society norm that people resent. Huh. A society norm. Oh, all right. A society. Actually, no, they don't resent it, but it is a goofy one.
A society. It could be a personal one.
Well, just a norm that, like, the standing in an elevator, everyone stares directly towards the door, and then like the awkwardness of it is if you turn around and look at everyone else while everyone else is looking at the door. That is interesting. Now, imagine if that rule didn't exist. How weird would it get? How chaotic could things get? Because now you don't know if this person's mentally insane or just trying to pull a prank on you.
I would probably just look at him and just be like, "You good, bud?" And then that's it. If he started talking or who they were, then it's just one of those things. I'd be like, "You're good, bud." And if he starts babbling some random stuff, I'm like, "All right, buddy, good. Door opens. Cool. You getting out? Nope. I'm getting the fuck out right now before I fucking do something I want to regret and end up in jail."
They just start moonwalking backwards out of the elevator.
Yeah, it's fine. For me, it would definitely be the fuck. I had it in my head. Probably had to go at funerals. Because I hate how people, in life, people go or gravitate to the people they like, and people they don't like, they just don't go to them. I wish more people would roast everybody that came there that they knew they didn't like, that knew they weren't there for one of those things, and literally said, you said that you missed this person, you like this person, everything like that, but you were never fucking there. You never gave a phone call. I wish they would fucking do that on the spot. Not even wait till the procession's done. Just look at them and be like, why the fuck are you here? Trying to be respectful, even though you weren't in life. No, I would do that. I'm a more controversial person though, so I'm here for that. And I would love to see the crash outs at the funerals, like having somebody's mom look at them like, why the fuck are you here? Just be like straight up like that. But that's just me though, because I think it'd be really funny And I think it'd make great content to watch some videos like that. I know JR would probably laugh at that a lot. All right, we're gonna see how this goes. From your perspective, why does cultural pedestal strong silent types? Okay, strong silent types. That's important. When vulnerable, words are hard. When vulnerable is a real superpower. I don't know what the fuck I was on when I wrote this. But let's rewrite. Let's do that again. Okay, cool. Why are the strong silent types when vulnerable? Why do they say that vulnerability is a superpower?
Strong and silent types. It's more of a man of action instead of like a man of few words, but a person that is a go-getter, a person that does things without having to say much. Vulnerability mixed into that, though. I don't know, to be honest. It's kind of hard to, because haven't really thought about that too much.
Let's take it from this one. Let's say like Freud was analyzing Batman and said, "Tell me about your parents again." As an adult.
Yeah. Okay.
Things like that. Like, would he be vulnerable? Like things like that. Would you actually, allow yourself to be vulnerable like that? I know I do because I put my trauma fucking out there. I talk with therapists fucking as much as I can. Can't right now because it's fucking government shutdown. But it is what it is. I'm not upset about it. But I have usually 3 therapists I talk to a week, and it's one of those things that you have to be vulnerable. It's fucking annoying. It's fucking intrusive, but you have to deal with it to deal with your problems that you have. And being vulnerable, I found, isn't a horrible thing. Not the best thing. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna bullshit you saying you should do it. It's not the best way of going about it constantly, because you have to put trust in somebody and hope to God, hope to everything there is, they're not gonna turn it around and use it against you. Because I've had it when I sat down and talked to somebody about what I personally actually think about something. I got committed within like 2 hours. So yeah, you got to be very careful about that and make sure you tell the right person that actually trusts you. You actually trust and wants to help you. Not says you're a fucking problem, probably menace to society. Let's put you in this padded room, which isolates you. It takes you away from everything that you're comfortable with and building and doing all the right things to, like, you're trying to actually do the right things, but because you said what you thought honestly in a vulnerable state, you kind of fucking got fucked, and that makes you fucking not trust a goddamn soul again for a while. So yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see that from your perspective on that. It is interesting. Now, like your example of Batman and his parents dying, would he be willing to open up to that? In his character, yes, because he's such a strong will, and throughout comics, he did actually open up to that stuff. And yeah, it brings back memories, but it's kind of defines him. That's his, character origin story. So for him, that, yeah, he would be able to open up, but someone of a weaker mindset might not be able to talk about everything that makes them vulnerable.
Yeah. Yep. It's one of those things. Crow. Aw, they were committed to you. Yeah, they committed to me and I got committed for it. Fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. Fuck off, Crow. But you're fucking great. Alright, cool. This is one I think you might be able to wrap your head around. What if free will is an illusion peddled by self-help gurus and we're just all meat puppets in a cosmic joke?
A cosmic joke. Yeah, there's different things that people think about that's like you said, free will, is it real, is it not? Who knows? Are we in the Matrix? It's a real thing. People actually lose their minds over thinking that they're stuck in the Matrix and do things to themselves to release themselves from said Matrix in other situations that are more of like aliens are really observing us. We're the hamster in the wheel, essentially. So we don't really have any free will. They're just seeing what chaos we bring about, and then they're like, well, this experiment's a fail, on to the next one. Do I think we have free will, and is it just a joke? Yeah, I think, to be honest, it is a concept I thought about before, where it's like, you're driving on the street, you see 20 cars, there's people in those cars. Now, these people you're never going to interact with, you're never going to see them again, most likely. Do those people have free will? Are those people real? Do they exist or do they not?
You mean, are they NPCs?
Yeah, pretty much. Essentially, like it makes you think, like, okay, or even your neighbor. Do you know your neighbor? Have you spoken to them? Do you know their first name, their last name, who they're married to? Do they have kids, a dog? Do you see them day in, day out, or not? And it makes you wonder sometimes if this reality is real or not. So it is an interesting concept to think about.
Okay. So for me, the neighbor thing, I talk to usually anybody if they're around, even if I don't know them, just to have a conversation. Most times it's hard having a conversation with random people, so I just do it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
My roommate can attest to this. When we're in Walmart, somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, hope you have a good day." And I was like, "Yo, hope you have a good day as well." And I say, "How are you?"
Mm-hmm.
Which is a trigger response question, but it's just easily, because they take it very well from a random stranger more than somebody they actually know, and they'll talk more because they'll never see this person again. So or they think that at least. But it's one of those things of, if you look at people in the Matrix, like if you look at for that, like are random people like NPCs across the board, things like that, then if you're that person that's isolated and doesn't talk to any other person that's like not on the internet or not in real life, then yeah, you could kind of feel that way. But for me, it's just like, I'm gonna try to talk to them anyways, just to see, because I like to see people's reactions constantly across the board with anything I do. So it's not that bad. But yeah, that's my perspective on it. If we were like, let's say free will was an illusion, basically, would that shift your daily grind and what you do? And how would you live? Would you keep going with it, or would you live with it peacefully, or would you rebel against it?
Oh, I would rebel. I would say fuck this, because if free will is an illusion, you have no choice. I'm gonna try to defy that uh, that rule.
Yeah.
Because then, what's the point if you're just gonna be stuck in a routine? You know, you're basically an NPC at that point, just doing the same route over and over. Kind of like what was that movie called with Ryan Reynolds, where it's a video game character and he doesn't know he's a video game character.
Guy.
The guy, yeah, there you go, guy. Basically that. You're basically just doing the same thing over and over again, the same kind of coffee, etc., etc. I would rebel against it. I would try to find loopholes, trying to find things that would cause chaos on purpose.
If I knew it was a simulation like that, and like free will was what it was, just illusion, I'm not gonna lie. Don't anybody commit me for saying this. I would do the most heinous shit across the board, immoral shit. Nothing to do with children, so they're safe. But literally, like, serial killer ish things, just to see how long I can go. Because if it's gonna reset itself, it's gonna fucking reset itself. It doesn't matter what the fuck I'm gonna do. So why not?
We're gonna
Why
start
not
running.
see?
We're gonna start running around just saying justice.
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. I think I'd go through, like, some people have like a list. I would start recounting everything that somebody did bad to me, and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna make a list now, and let's just see how far I get. Like, no real purpose to it, and just see how far I get taking out that list, check by check by check. It could be just like, something simple like, yo, bro, give me $5 back. You owed me from like fucking third grade. To like, yo, bro, you fucked up my whole life, so I'm gonna make sure the rest of your life's a living hell. I'm aware I'm petty and I don't like shit go, but that's just me. But yeah, yeah,
I'd more be like introduce a little anarchy to the streets, do a little Joker-esque kind of things.
prove it, prove it. So starts documenting. Oh my god, hit me up. I got you, Crow. I got you. It's like crossword with extra steps. That's not what I'd be saying. I treat the world like a COD lobby. Everyone's mom is a nice lady. Oh my god.
I would say it'd be like a GTA fucking game.
Look, me and JR do this thing. He always says this all the time. So I'm giving you credit, JR, on this one. But he's always like, fuck. It's like, quit fucking on the moms. It's the dads now. So yeah, I will not say what he said because that is not being a clip. I refuse. Where are we dropping? Exactly. Where are we dropping? It's fantastic. All right, next one. Jesus Christ. I wish my mouse worked. We're going to blame that on the government shutdown too. The deals are in. Yeah, the deals are in. That's what it is. The deals are in now. It's 2025. Everybody's fucking gets the smoke. Society loves underdog stories, but why do we ignore the most rag to riches tales involving stepping on necks? If you had to exploit one flaw in human nature to succeed, what would it be, and how guilty would you feel laughing all the way to the bank? So, two-part question again.
To be honest, it's kind of being done right now. Like if you don't have any self-respect and then you are a very attractive young woman, you can just do OnlyFans and get money for free. Basically, because men are so desperate nowadays that they'll just send money out to people. And I would do that straight up. Laugh at people too. Get all the money in the world and not have to try and laugh at the same time.
Yeah. So, I tend to not look over the ones that end up stepping on necks from the underdog story because they have more conviction, they have more willpower, and they are willing to cross any fucking line to get where they go. And I have a lot of respect for them because going from the bottom to the top and fighting your way for it, and I mean actually fighting, that means getting brawls, doing things you know you're not going to be proud of later on in life when you finally get to that reprieve state. And then, looking at it and saying, like, yeah, he did a good job. He did what he needed to do. He got the job fucking done. And that might come from the military standpoint of me because they tell us to do something and they don't tell us how. They just say, get it fucking done. We don't want to know how the fuck you got it done. So, it's a thing that's kind of built in and it's fucking nice to have. And people don't, and I got in the civilian sector. I didn't realize people didn't do that, Indoctrination process of the military is a fucking powerful fucking thing. And I'll say that to this day. And honestly, I'm thankful for it because it allows me to get things done. It allows me to cross lines and do things that most people are scared of or afraid of or think they're going to get judged for it. I just don't give a fuck. Just do it. If you're not hurting somebody else, who gives a fuck? But yeah. If you had to exploit one flaw in human nature to succeed in life, what would it be? And how guilty would you feel laughing all the way to the bank?
Okay, so I kind of answered that with the OnlyFans chick thing. So the first part would be the other thing.
Well, it's not about that. It's about you.
About me?
It's about you. Yes.
Would I feel guilty? No, I would not. Not at all. So I'm making, I don't know, 100 grand. I'm fine with that.
100 grand? You're talking small numbers, sir.
You're talking
fuckers. That's hold
100 grand a month
no,
would
no,
not
no,
be bad.
No. Look. No matter how you look at it, you can spend 100 grand super fucking fast. Like, look at cars, look at houses, everything like that. I'm talking about fucking life-changing fucking money.
That's easily life-changing money.
Let's go like a fucking couple million or even $1 billion.
Y'all spending your money way too quick.
It's not 100 that.
Grand. Look, 100 grand can change a life, and it's a month.
A house. So now, a house costs nowadays. Average house is between 50,000 to not 50,000. I don't know why I'm saying 250,000 to and up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's well, where I live, it's not that expensive because it's not that expensive to live here.
So
yeah. So
think about it. For at least this is how I'm perceiving it. 1 month is 100K, so 12 months is $1.2 million. I can live comfortably off of that. I can get a house and be fine after that because then I can still do it the next year and the next year after that.
You say year?
For the
one-time thing.
One-time thing. Well, then no, it's not going to be 100K. It's going to be way more than that.
Yeah.
No, 5 million.
5 million?
5 million, yeah. I can live a comfortable life with that easily.
See, I say 2 million because I know the right people and I can get, probably double or triple that after having that 2 million.
Starts counting on fingers.
Oh yeah, I get it, Crow. I appreciate you. But yeah, I would go like 2 million and I get whatever you want done. I don't care. No filter, no guidelines. Just let me do it, and just as long as it's done, I'll do it. As long as it doesn't involve children, I'll do it. Everybody else is fucking free game. That's just my own perspective on it. You are if they fucking offer that much money. Let me see here. And also, I wouldn't feel guilty. I'd be able to regulate it in my brain to say it's for a good reason. Because in my head, it's like people don't have other people get rid of them for usually being the best person. Unless they have a guilt conscience, then that's different. But I don't usually deal with like people of that nature. Usually they are justified in one of the means that I can say that I understand why you feel that way. So so I wouldn't feel guilty for it. Okay, cool. Next one. In the age of infinite scrolling, is boredom extinct or is it lurking as the ultimate luxury?
Actually, it's interesting because I am starting to get bored of TikTok. I used to scroll through TikTok every day all the time, and I've been using it less and less lately. I think I looked at TikTok once this morning. That was it. Just once. Usually I'll be on it like a dozen times, 20 times. Because, if I have nothing going at work, then I'm just fiddling with TikTok. And lately work has been slow, so I've just been sitting on my ass with TikTok. And it's just like, this is doing nothing for me. Yeah, the funny videos are cool. The chicks dancing cool. The cars are nice. The people hurting themselves sometimes is hilarious. But is there any value to this besides a quick release of dopamine? It's like, nope, not really. So after a while, it kind of gets boring. So then I stop caring about it. So then, yeah, you kind of just wander off from it.
So something tells me your algorithm sucks on TikTok. That's all it's telling me. That it doesn't change as much.
Oh yeah, it's the simple things I like.
And that's that, which is fine. But mine is usually like really interesting things, like stories, things like that, and like history and stuff like that. And then it goes to the darker side. We're not saying what, because some of you definitely get what I send, and they look at me and then they say, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" So yeah, it's always changing like that. And I also refresh my algorithm all the fucking time. People don't realize you can do that. They do it, but I don't get on TikTok until I'm about to go to bed, and usually it's after I'm doing something else, when like I'm looking up different books and things like that, or I need to figure out why can't I get this to work, and I'm looking up different things like that while I'm in bed too. And then I go through TikTok and look at everybody's fucking messages because they think it's fucking funny to fucking bombard me with 20 goddamn fucking things at one time when I say, yo, I'll get to it when I get free time. Every single time, without fail. If I don't look at social media for like, maybe like a day, I have over 100 motherfucking messages a piece. Not all together, a piece. Well, he's smiling and laughing about it in chat right now. That's one of them. The other one's Fluffy. So yeah, and then the next one's fucking Jimmy.
Well, it's interesting because it's like a lot of the times my algorithm's the same, simply because I know 99% of it is fake. I take a lot of shits.
It's fucking crazy.
So when you're scrolling through shit and you see it, you're like, oh, is this real? So I watched the one video and it's like, nope, not real. Cool. Like the example I showed, Boss Lady, the video of it's a new type of, it's not a color, it's a type of kind of like carbon polymer kind of thing, that texture that makes it so that it's like super black, so that when it's against other textures it looks like it's invisible, but it's not actually like that. Like the video was fake because they made it look like it was actually 100% visible, but it's not how it works. It was a watch. Yeah, there you go, Vanta Black. Yes, Vanta Black.
Vanta Black does exist and it does work, but it doesn't make it invisible. It's just
exactly, but it was a fake video. At first I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Is that a real thing? Because it'd be cool if invisibility was actually created. But then you look into it and you see it's fake, and you're like, why is this video existing? You're trying to sell this watch, but it's like, why are you showing this?
Also, fuck you, Crow. Yeah. Mr. Stare at Terry when they're talking about fucking all like the black that turns invisible. Look, man, my light's on, so fuck off. You can see me. No TV's floating.
No TV's floating.
Okay, I think that it's still the age of infinite scrolling, man, because TikTok's not going anywhere. YouTube's not going anywhere. Even Twitch isn't going anywhere, and you can just scroll through all their shit too. Mm-hmm. They jumped on the bandwagon like fucking, Instagram and everything that I do in the reels, things like that. I look through them sometimes, and it's funny as fuck. Because I look at it as like, why did they make that a reel? Why did they make that? Like, because I was in that stream, and I'm like, that wasn't even the funny part. You want to catch people's attention, you get what's going to catch their fucking attention, But I get it. People have different standards and mindsets on what they think is good, is going to go out. I don't. I just send every fucking thing because somebody's going to like something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. There's a recent thing I got into was like cats and dogs doing weird things. Like their reaction to certain smells or how they act around food or something. It's hilarious to watch them.
I mean, that's never going anywhere. That's been around since like America's Funniest Home Videos, things like that, and that's something that still keeps going. Like,
Yeah.
that, like pets doing weird, wacky shit is always going to be a fucking thing, even into the future, because people enjoy pets. And the best thing is, it didn't have to just be a dog or just a cat, or it can be both, or it can be other things like that. But they're always like going to be out there doing something wacky and crazy. Like my fucking dog just does the dopiest shit ever, and everybody's like, "It's so cute." I was like, "No, he's a fucking dope. That's not cute. He's licking the goddamn carpet."
It reminds me of Willow.
Yeah, so everybody's like, "Quit judging him," and everybody's like,
She's
"Quit
adorable,
judging
but
him."
she's a derp.
Everybody looks at me like, "Quit judging him."
I am a derp, thank you.
All right, cool. I got one more question for this one. From your experience, what's one unproductive habit that saved your sanity?
Unproductive habit that saved my sanity. I'm gonna call myself out video games.
That's not really video games. It's not. That's
Well, video games are very unproductive. It takes up a lot of your time, and I enjoy it. And definitely keep my sanity in check. Because if I didn't have video games, I don't know what the fuck I would be doing with myself. But
probably reading a book.
I don't know. I like being in like the view of the actual events instead of just reading the events. Seeing like a story unravel, like a God of War game, is sick. Like, you're playing the God of War. You're going around mass murdering a whole plethora of pantheon gods. It's pretty cool. So I like those kind of concepts. But is it productive? Not really, because you're just wasting so much time.
I have a question just popped in my head. Do you feel you have a lack of imagination, and that why you don't like reading books like that? Because they pull you into the story and they fucking like you have to use your imagination to fucking
No,
navigate through it.
it's not that I lack imagination. I'm more of a visual person. I like to use my eyes on things. I can close my eyes and see the events happen. Like example, me and you both read Halo books,
Mm-hmm.
and I love there was a whole subgenre of Halo books. It was like a bunch of side stories into one giant book, and one of them was it was a giant spaceship that was used for prisoners to do certain things at Halo Ring, but then the flood ended up on the ship. And then elites showed up on the ship, and now you have the flood mixed with humans mixed with elites, and it actually gives it a good horror theme to it. It's kind of dark and creepy, and you're seeing how the events unfold, and you can visualize it, and it's pretty cool. But
Yeah.
it's very rare that I'll want a book over a video game or a movie.
Okay. For me, I'm productive. I still think it's productive, but it's maintenance of like my firearms because it has a reason, it has a purpose, but it's always keeps my sanity because it's something to do with something. It's a pattern to doing it all, so I just keep doing it, and I don't have to overthink. It keeps me calm, everything like that. Other than that, it's reading and sometimes playing video games, but usually I crash the fuck out doing that. Why are you shaking your head? Fucking no, they can't hear you. Just say it. Yes. Oh yeah, we're not saying that out loud. Yeah, we're not saying that out loud. That is fucking necessary. The analytics across the board is fucking important. Yeah, we're not talking about that. Let me say it. Pick me, pick me. Go ahead, Crow. Say it. Go ahead, Crow. Say it.
So you
I'll wait for you to fucking type it out. Make it a real sentence this time. Yeah, Peaches, I like reading books too. It's a relieving thing. It has to be the right book now. It used to be like anything military related, and then I got into like some dark fantasies, then I got into like some dark romance fantasies, and they just bored the fuck out of me. And just like, there's nothing compelling. And like I look at the situations, scenarios across the board, like there's sex scenes. Like you look at it, you're like, do they even fucking talk to somebody about this and what it really is like? Like that fucking drives me up a goddamn wall. Like, that's just me. But, I'm weird. I say the weird things. I do the dumb shit. Yeah, but I also know the fucking person went into their fucking, they did their research on it and across the board, But yeah. Next thing. If empathy is the glue of society, why do we weaponize it in cancel culture? Yeah.
don't really have an answer for that one. I never really thought about it, to be honest. The only thing I can really come up with is because people can abuse it for their advantage over others. Example is like you let people in regardless of who they are. You have no idea who they are, but you're doing it because you want to be a nice or empathetic person to give them a chance. Now, other people might abuse that situation and come in that are horrible people. That kind of thing.
From my standpoint, people are wasteful using empathy across the board, especially for certain situations. Like they tell you to empathize with this fucking criminal that's been a violent fucking offender, constant offender over and over again. So he's just like, he's sick in the head, everything like that. Put him in a fucking mental institution. That way he can't hurt anybody. Don't fucking just release him on the fucking street. Don't fucking allow everyone else to be a victim. Things like that. They say, or they say this fucking ass shit. And I don't give a fuck if people say, well, you're black, you should think like this. But no, free my blah, 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 my this friend because he's in jail. Tell him don't be fucking an idiot. Tell him don't fucking be an idiot. Tell him don't do the stupid shit. You fucking want to get out of that lifestyle. You don't want people to be like, you know, be a gangster, be a thug, whatever. You want to be that way, you have the repercussions of what happens at the end of it. Get the fuck over yourself. You don't need to be fucking free. You need to fucking get smart. You need to do things the right fucking way once in your life. If it's for survival, I grasp that across the board. I do. But guess what? Some of this shit is fucking petty. Some of this fucking territory wars, everything like that. And they don't even fucking own the fucking property. They just live there. That's what I don't get. I never will. You know, it's like, cool. I get it. I won't ever understand that mindset. I grew up in the fucking sticks. We don't have that problem. You know, it's just one of those things of get the fuck over yourself, realize life is bigger than yourself. You're a speck on the fucking map, actually on the fucking globe. Empathy should go to people that actually need it, in my opinion. And I know I'm a fucking sap and a sucker for this because I show empathy so fucking much. As much as I'm come off as a rude, brash asshole, I still show empathy across the board. And I know that's a fucking problem with my fucking self, but you never show it for the people that actually don't require it. And that's my standpoint to tell anybody, because you need to actually hold them to a certain accountability issue. Because yes, somebody fucked up their life. You can empathize with them. Don't fucking hold their hand. If they fucking are doing the stupid fucking shit themselves and choosing the shit themselves to do it, let them know they're fucking up. You can still show them empathy, but let them know they're fucking up. That way they know, they're aware. And they understand that, you know, from that standpoint of, I fucked up here, blah, blah. They say it all the time. And here's the thing about going back and forth with it is it's on you to, you know, be an enabler. That's what JJ was talking about earlier today during his fucking stream, because he does his real life streams of talking about his recovery. He was saying, like, you know, do you feel more bad for the person enabling it, the person who's holding them accountable and saying, no, I'm cutting you out of my life until you fix your shit, or the person that empathizes with them? And I said, I don't feel bad for any of them. I feel like the enabler shouldn't be in the lifestyle or the process in the first place. They shouldn't be in that equation. If you allow somebody to be the enabler across the board constantly, and you're trying to fix your life in any way, shape, or form, cut them the fuck out. I don't care how fucking long you know. I don't care their family. I don't care their friends. I don't care if they've always had your back through anything like that. If you're trying to fix your life and they're enabling you to go back to do the same stupid shit you're doing, fucking cut them out. Oh, Crow. Talking about your feelings would seem to be weak as a man. Then when people gave constant opposition shit, we can kill them 15 times, dude. Got released, knife to girl's neck. It's constant merry-go-round. Yeah, I agree with that. It was worded fucked up, but I agree with it. I got the gist of it. But yeah.
That's today's society, sadly. The way things are put, sadly, it's feelings over logic instead of logic over feelings, where it should be like, yeah, this person's a repeat offender. He should be in jail, watched, if he's not in jail. Instead, they're like, oh, but let's give him another chance. Let's feel good for him. Let's see if he gets better this time around after 15 chances. It's like, no. Now that other person is not with us anymore because we're giving this person empathy. It makes no sense. And it's just, as the years go by, it just gets worse and worse. And it's kind of bringing our country into a downhill slide. It's just getting really bad.
All right. There's a second part to that question. Share a moment where faking it felt darker than honesty, because let's admit it, sometimes thoughts and prayers for someone, saying that to someone, is code for glad it's not me.
Mm.
And I'll start. I don't give a fuck how much this makes us look like shit. Somebody, I mean, you remember the full situation. Someone lost everything. And like, it was to weather or something like that. And I felt bad for him, but at the same time, it's like, I was just glad it wasn't me, because I was in the same hurricane. You know, it's selfish and it's self-preservation at that standpoint, but I do state that, like, look, I'm just glad it's not me, because for myself, I know my sanity, I know my mental capacity, I know what I can and can't stand. Being homeless again would make me go on a spree of fucking anger, hate, and I would lose my mind, and I wouldn't give a fuck who's there for me. I would just simply focus on the fact that I'm homeless. I'm not couch surfing again. I'm not doing that again. I'm never doing that again in my life. Like, I would tell people this. I will fucking do the fucking extreme measures of to make sure I never have to do that again. So that's just myself. And I know that's selfish. I know that's not empathetic, but the same difference is who I am. I mean, and I tell people all the fucking time, I'm not a good fucking person. But it is what it is.
I haven't had that kind of situation, but I had it like where at work, this guy, let's just say he's missing a few brain cells, and we'll have a conversation. And one of the examples was, let's say we say something, et cetera, every 3 to 4 weeks, and then he'd be like, yeah, he'd be like, or every month, and we'll kind of give him a stare and go like, yeah, and then kind of move on. Yeah. So it's like we're not calling him out on it, but it's kind of also at the same time we're kind of giggling underneath our breath, so we're kind of being a dick about it because we're laughing at him, because it's like, yeah, that's a month. But it's stuff like that where that happens at work sometimes. He's a cool guy to talk to sometimes, but it's funny to hear those things because it's like, okay.
We have a couple of those around all the time, you know, and it just throws me off, because I find it difficult that people that lack the mental capacity for a conversation show up somewhere that they're having a conversation and don't say a goddamn thing or interject anything like that. And sometimes I just look at them, I'm just like, I call them out for it. I don't give a fuck. Like, I say, hey, what do you think about this? And they're like, I wasn't paying attention. It's like, cool. Here's what we talked about. What do you think about that? And they look at me and they're like, I know they're looking at the screen like, why the fuck's he being a dick to me? I'm like, I'm not being a dick. I just like literally like, why join a voice call if you're not going to fucking talk? You know, that's just one of those things for me. It irks me a lot. And I know it shouldn't, but it pisses me off, because I go for that standpoint of, why be around people if you're going to be silent? I understand you might need somebody to be there for you in a middle capacity or something like that. Things like that, then fucking state that. I know you don't want to put your shit out there, but state it. That way we don't say, are you just fucking listening, trying to be fucking nosy what we're talking about? Or are you just here because you feel lonely and just don't want to be alone, you know? I've done it before when I said, look, I don't feel like talking. I just need to be around people right now because I'm overwhelmed. And I state it. No problem, no issues. Nobody had a problem with it, you know? Things like that. But it is what it is. All right, wrapping up. You mentioned this before about living in a simulation. So let's wrap it up with a bang. If life is a simulation, who's the sadistic programmer making Mondays eternal?
Who is doing that?
Yeah,
it's just, to be honest, Elon Musk.
Damn, that's funny. That's fucking funny.
Well, think about it. He's a troll at heart. If you follow him on his social media, he loves to troll people. He's a highly intelligent person, a little weird because the way his how he grew up and whatever he has, I can't remember what it's called exactly, but he's a big troll at the same time. And I can see him doing like that. He'd be like, you know what? Every Monday.
Not gonna lie, if it was me, I'd make it every fucking Thursday. So you're almost at the end of the week, think you're almost done, but make sure it feels like it's fucking dragging along, like you can't stand it, because you're almost at the finish line of making it to Friday. Now here's all the bullshit from Monday to Wednesday, and Thursday is just fucking dragging. Like, you fucking just like, I just need to make it. Just make that fucking shit feel like it's fucking 30 hours instead of 24 hours. Just a little bit, just to drive people a little bit insane, not push them over the fucking edge fully.
Now, here's the thing. You just mentioned dragging it out. Now, there's two situations here, okay? Let's say, Monday, it's a very boring day. It's dragging ass. But Tuesday, it gets really busy, so the day goes by quick. Now, both Monday and Tuesday had the same amount of time within each day. But why is it Monday drags and makes it feel so much longer than what is Tuesday when you're busy? But both time is passing the same, so why is the perception different?
Oh, that's fucking easy. Because you had Sunday, you had your relax day, you had your preparation, so you always already dreading going back to work Monday. So you're already in the mindset. You've already put yourself in the mindset of Monday's gonna fucking suck.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like fucking treat it like another fucking day, he's like, Monday's gonna suck. I have all this shit to do. I know they're gonna put some bullshit on me randomly when I first come in there midday or right at the end of the day, so I have to stay longer for some stupid reason that doesn't make sense. But at the time to yourself until later on down the line, but then you're already hyped up for it. You're already set for that, putting that in your fucking brain. And I know a lot of people some people don't know this, but I do like my Sunday motivational messages are to prepare you for Monday, saying don't fucking let it get to you. Don't let it fucking drag you fucking down. And don't, put yourself in that mindset. Get ready to kick the fucking week's ass and fucking don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
I know the podcast Discord I write how I really truly like to write and like to say things, but everywhere else I have to tone it down because honestly, most people can't fucking handle it. They think I'm attacking them. They think I'm fucking rude and aggressive. So I was like, okay, what word's a good word for fucking? Gotcha. Bitch. Oh, fuck. What's a good word for bitch? Yeah. What's a good word for see you next Tuesday? Fuck. Shit. Yeah, it's so difficult to fucking filter myself. It really is. And I don't understand why. So I literally have to think of it like, how do I talk to children? I'm not calling anyone children before anybody says that. I'm just saying how I talk to them because that's the only way that my message gets across in the way I want it to. So yeah. Yeah. For me, who would be the one making Mondays eternal? I'd say Bill Gates.
Gates.
Yeah.
Is it for like benefactual reasons?
Honestly, I just think it's just to fucking see what people will do. Just to see their interactions, just see how they react to it. And that's just my perspective on it. Yeah. From your perspective, what's one glitch you've exploited, and would you hit reset knowing it might delete your favorite memories?
Glitch you've explored.
Yeah, for the Eternal Mondays, like you said Elon Musk, and you say Mondays are like that because of him. If there's a glitch, like did you exploit the glitch for making Monday go by better?
No, I wouldn't. I would just suffer through it. To be honest, it's interesting because you go Monday to Friday, dragging ass, hoping to get to the weekend. But as soon as the weekend gets there, typically it goes by in a flash. Blink of an eye, it's done. Now you're back to Monday. That's how it usually goes. Because everyone wants to get to that weekend, but time is a valuable thing. And regardless of how slow it is, you still should appreciate it for what it is.
I wouldn't exploit the glitch either because for myself, many people know I don't have many friends, and I'm not gonna have most of them because most of them passed away that I really care about deeply. It's my memories of them. We don't even have many pictures because we always lived in the moment across the board. So I wouldn't do that because I'd reset losing all those favorite memories and things like that, birthdays, anniversaries, and just the feeling of being heard and seen across the board fully, not just people grasping one little bit of what you say and then then they can say I get that. No, I mean actually fucking seeing it and being there and being a part of that, and part of the trauma bonding experiences across the board, or growing up in poverty, things like that. So I wouldn't get rid of it. I couldn't because it's made me who I am today.
I get that. Yep.
Yeah. All right. That's it for that one. Let's do this fucking part. Thank you everybody for coming out tonight. It's been a fucking fantastic time. It's been a little bit of fun bantering back and forth with the chats and love it. We'll do the same thing next week and we'll have a little guest on here, one of my favorite people, honestly. So he's very well traveled. He's a great guy. He's very, very influential. Not gonna lie about it. He knows how to talk to people. He's a people person. He honestly is. He's cracked a cod. So it's a fun time. So as
Talking about Drift?
always, nope. Somebody way better than him too. And that's the fucking
Better
sad
than
thing
him
about
at
it.
COD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. He just stopped playing.
Okay.
He's like, I gotta focus on my life. And he focused on his life, stopped gaming. So, it's one of those things. But anyway, thank you so much. We got Mr. Savage here. And myself, Terry. Thank you for watching Join the Raid podcast. It's been a fantastic night.